Today we're going car shopping. Ooh,
whoa.
pop a wheelie. So pretty much ever since they came out, I have wanted a Toyota GT86 / Subaru BRZ / Scion FRS. They're not a hugely practical car. I just love the way they feel. I've worked on a couple for work and they are super comfy, and they're just, well, I don't know why. I just really want one. So that's what we're looking at BRZs and 86s and things like that. We're also looking at Subaru. Sensible options. Subaru Legacies, because the end game is for me to have my 86 coupe that I've always wanted, and just to have something very practical that she can do her personal training stuff with, take equipment with, and also for it to be like four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive.
So that it's just useful in every situation that we could need it for.
Yeah, and so we can take it up the mountain and stuff for skiing. We're just trying to work out what the best course of action is to get from where we are now. Trying to figure out the shortest sort of and the most viable route money-wise to get there. So what we're looking at today is maybe getting 2010 5th generation Legacies, ideally an all-wheel drive one, and I would have that car until such a time comes as Jess can afford to buy it off me at what it's worth at the time, and then I'll be able to then buy my 86, and we will hopefully have a couple of really nice cars.
Yep.
So and also, yeah, hopefully we're going to look at the sedan vision and the wagon vision, because initially, when I was looking at buying 86s and things, they're stupidly expensive for what they are. It's an awful car to want, but I've managed to sort of expand my horizons a bit to other cars that I would be happy with having, and the sedan version 5th generation Legacy and also the Suzuki Kizashi are a couple that I put on my list that I would be happy with. So we're going to look at the sedan version and versus the wagon version, see how much extra boot space we actually gain, and see if that's something that Jess really wants, because really it's not so much lengthwise that you gain, it's just a little bit of height. Hopefully, yeah, we're just going to go around a few different car yards today. I think we're going to start with the actual dealers, like the Subaru and Toyota dealers, and after that we're going to go around some different multi-brand car dealerships and see what they have available, and hopefully do some test driving. I really want to try and test drive as many cars as I possibly can today, just so I get the feel for the cars, and also I still have to decide whether I want a manual or an automatic. So here's the first place we're going, Armstrong Subaru. Right, so at the Subaru dealer, not much luck, because unfortunately all they really had was brand new cars, and that's way out of our price range. And also he told us that the BRZ is no longer actually available in New Zealand as a model, only the 86, and also the Legacy no longer comes in a wagon version, just the sedan. So I think what we're probably going to try and do is, we'll go to Toyota first, and then if we don't have any more luck there with the 86, we'll start checking out the used car yards and see if we can get some test drives there. Toyota. So Miles Toyota didn't have any 86s at all. I just checked on Trade Me, and the only one I could find in Christchurch is at Value Cars. It's the second-hand one. So we're gonna go try and do the second-hand cars run. So no luck with the brand new car dealers, but we'll go check out the other cheap ones. So that folds down, and then that folds down.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You can put skis through it.
All right.
But I'm not sure if the back seats themselves fold down.
That's okay, because you can put things through, and the only thing we need to fit lengthways is skis.
I'd like it if they could, though. I kind of do wish that they folded down, but it doesn't look like they do.
No.
That's annoying. So this car, I really like this one. Only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have steering wheel controls.
Such cute tiny little boot straps.
Hey, you hop in the passenger seat.
Okay.
If I'm not getting the car that I desperately want, I want something with all the bells and whistles. That's paddle shifters, so up gear, down gear. I like the colour at least. You hop in.
You get less power. They're 2 litre and the
Yeah.
Legacy.
I love how the windows pop down when you open the door. Oh,
that's uncomfortable.
is it uncomfortable for you? Is it?
So uncomfortable.
Really?
Feels
Oh,
so weird.
it's perfect for me. These bucket seats are
Look at my legs.
these bucket seats are manufactured for me. Like that.
What are your legs meant to do?
Put them forward. What are you doing? Okay, JVC. See, this is the thing.
Look how
Okay,
ridiculously tiny the back seats are.
you can put baby seats there. See, it's got the notches there for it. So yeah, it's not really designed for taking passengers,
No, it's
but
not.
you can if you want, man. Because
You can fit kids with little legs in there.
like seriously, yeah, because I can drive sitting this far forward.
Yeah.
That's enough for some legs.
And I obviously feel ridiculous with this much leg room.
Yeah. So go as far forward as you can. That's enough leg room back there for someone.
That's a wee bit close. That's better.
This.
It's really awkwardly head placement.
I'm sorry, but these seats just fit me perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. That's why I wanted one as soon as I sat in a customer's one, because these seats just fit. Tiny little steering wheel. It's nice. I really want to take one for a test drive. Hop out and have a look in the boot. You'll get used to it.
That is tiny.
That's a little boot.
That's smaller
Yeah,
than
but the seats fold all the way forward. I'm thinking is a wall here with 2 subs.
Yeah.
And using the boot as the sub box.
Yeah.
And dynamating it all. Good back there?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Have you got enough room? So the difference is that this isn't turbo. Yeah. I didn't get out of the car for 2 weeks. I was just like, I'm just gonna drive it everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh shit.
okay, see what I mean?
Careful.
Yeah, so it has the power off the line.
It can skid a wee bit. Right, well, test drove the BRZ. Honestly, it wasn't as much fun as I thought I was going to have.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more like I thought I was going to be like in my element.
Yeah.
But it just felt a wee bit under-delivered.
Okay.
I don't know why. The seats I love. I mean, the seats, even though they're not like leather or like anything fancy, they felt like matched to my body. I think I don't know why. I think just it's not that they're super comfy or anything. I think my body just happens to be the exact dimensions of the inside of those seats.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I think now we need to go down more Hassav, try and find a coffee, and also go to Value Cars, and because they had some really nice. We figured out that we can get away with a sedan Legacy. Jessie doesn't think she needs the extra height in the back.
Yeah, because it's big enough.
It's a big boot.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's nicer. So a sedan Legacy. Apparently they're all all-wheel drive, so that's good. Okay, so now we're at Turner's Auctions. It's basically just a great big, yard of second-hand cars, just everything. We'll have a look around, see what we find. Cool. Yeah. Right. How do we find the Subis? So no luck at Turner's. We're going to now try Value Cars Warehouse. We're finding it at like the big auction ones and things like that it's mostly cars with like high Ks and stuff.
Harder to turn off.
Yeah. Low Ks. Jag.
Holy crap.
That's it. No luck at Value Cars Warehouse. I think we need a coffee.
Yep.
This is called a chocolate latte. Hey guys, so it's like about a week later. Sorry I didn't really film like any more after that coffee break. For some reason I don't know, I kind of just forgot about it or something. I'm not really sure what happened. But long story short, on that Saturday we test drove the BRZ, we looked at Legacies, we even looked at a WRX because the Subaru lady was pressuring me into it a wee bit, but that's just because she had one herself and really, really liked them. What else? So yeah, there weren't any 86s to look at. Test drove the BRZ, as I said earlier, I was actually a wee bit underwhelmed by it. I realised that they are just a 2-litre, 2-wheel drive thing, nothing hugely sporty like a WRX, but it just wasn't really what I was hoping for. And I'm kind of assuming the 86 is going to be similar. Basically, what we've established from that day is that we were going to be happy with a Subaru Legacy because they are 2.5 litre, they're all-wheel drive, so they hug the corners really well. We figured out that we were going to get a sedan version because the wagon
like the extra boot space wasn't going to be entirely necessary for us because there was the sedans have heaps of boot space. But then what I then figured out a little bit later on after that is that if I'm trying to get something with leather upholstery inside of it, and the back seats don't fold down, that's going to make it really tough for me and Jess to be taking dogs, which we both do have. I would not put my dog on leather upholstery. He's not that fancy. His claws would probably just wreck it. So in that sense, for that reason, that's why I then changed my mind again back to a wagon version so that we can put the dogs in the back. The seats can fold forward to them so you can fit heaps of gear in them, including skis and stuff like that. So now we're looking at the Subaru Legacy wagon. I also found out that I want to go for a 2013 or 2014 model because 2013, 2014, they did a bit of facelifting. They changed the dash a wee bit to more of a brushed aluminium black style. They also moved the SI drive buttons, which is what controls the acceleration mappings, to the steering wheel, whereas the previous versions had it down a little knob like in the center console, which you had to adjust as you were driving. So having it on the steering wheel is much better. And also depending on what model you went for, like I think the Premium and the Limited have a nice color display in between the speedo clusters. So I've pretty much figured out what sort of car I want to get. So I'm looking for like a 2013 or 2014 Subaru Legacy wagon, either Limited or Limited or Premium, because the Limited and the Premium ones come with leather upholstery. I know that the Limited one comes with a sunroof and heated seats. I'd love to have those things, obviously. I mean, who wouldn't? But it is just more of a luxury thing, so it's going to depend on the availability. I am, after all, in New Zealand, and availability of just everything here is a wee bit slim, so we're looking at possibly importing one from Japan through a private importer, or just, trying to find the right one from the dealer around the country. So yeah, that was actually quite a good day. It was informative to us, even though it wasn't as hugely exciting as I would hope it would be. It was still good and informative. It was good to be able to test drive the BRZ, because I think I was psyching myself up quite a bit for it, but it actually just wasn't what I wanted after all. I think I probably will still get a Toyota GT86 somewhere down the line, because I still really like the cars. It just wasn't what I was looking for at the time. So after that, about 3 days later, Jess was on holiday from study, and I arranged to have a day off work so that me, Jess, and Dad could go look around some Legacies around the city. We went to a few different places. The first place we went to was a dealership that had a couple of 2013 models, just base models, so no leather or anything. So we weren't really looking to buy, but we were looking to test drive because I hadn't yet actually tested one to see if it could perform up to what I wanted. So we test drove, I think, a 2013 model, just a basic entry level sort of thing, and I was really impressed. I was really happy. All-wheel drive, so it hugs the corners really well. You can power out of them. It had the SI drive on the steering wheel, which I really like. Like, you can put in economic intelligent mode, where it's like slower acceleration and just really conserves fuel. Sports mode, which is like kind of normal mode, where it's just sort of generic and standard. And then the sports sharp, which is cool because it waits for the engine to reach a certain temperature before it allows you to go in it. And then once you put it in it, it just gives you like all of its power, and you can really, really take off, especially in a wagon. Like, I was really impressed. What else? Oh, something that I discovered that it had that I didn't realize these cars even had was engine auto stop start sort of thing. I'm not sure what the real name of the feature would be, but basically you drive up to an intersection, have stopped, like say a red light or something like that, and then after so many seconds, the engine just stops, so that's cool. That's conserving fuel, and it starts telling you on the screen how long the engine has been off for, and therefore how many litres of fuel you've saved by doing this. And then as soon as you take your foot off the brake, the engine starts up and at the drop of a hat, and you go. So that's really cool. I was really excited about that. That's a cool feature that I didn't even know it had, and now it makes me want the car even more. What else? I love the fact that these Legacies, like, they are fully specced out with heaps of features and stuff. Like the BRZs and the GT86s, they're really nice and comfy, well, for me anyway, and they're quick and zippy, but they really don't have that much in the way of technology or features in them. These Legacies, like electric seats, like depending on what models you go for, obviously you got like things like electric seats. The handbrake is electric, so no more zzz. It's like a little switch that you flick, and then you hear the brakes go and activate, and then that's the handbrake. So that's quite cool that it's electric. I'm not sure to look at that as a a good feature to have or something more that could possibly go wrong. Either way, like, I love technology and bells and whistles and that sort of thing. So for me, that was something that I enjoyed. I think Jess saw it just a bit more as a disconcerting feature to have, just because she prefers to have something which is more manual and reliable. But either way, I think it's still cool. And then what else did it have? For the fact that it had that electric handbrake, it's obviously, you know, if you've ever had to do hill starts, it involves like releasing the handbrake and applying the accelerator at the same time. Obviously, you can't do that with an electric handbrake. So it's got this feature called like hill start. You push a button and basically it allows you to do that hill starting on it. I haven't tested it yet, so not really sure how it works, but I guess it's good to know there's a feature there to allow for that, so that starting on a hill with an electric handbrake isn't a big deal. Auto headlights, auto window wipers, it's just cram-packed full of features, and that's really what I like. So after driving one on Wednesday, yeah, I was real stoked. I think it's definitely the car I'm going to pursue, and now it's really just a matter of waiting for the right one to sort of show itself somewhere in New Zealand, or hearing back from, this is the other thing, I do actually have a couple of people, like a private importer and a dealer, who have told me that they're going to Japan in the next few days, so they will be looking for cars for me in Japan to import back for me, because usually they just import like the sort of more basic ones. Apparently I'm different than everyone else and I want all the features, and so they're looking around for things for me. So yeah, that's pretty much what has happened. I figured out what car I want to get, and now it's just a matter of finding it. So now that we've figured out what sort of car we want to go for, this is the whole thing. Like, we've been trying to figure out the best way to get the car that I want and the car that Jess wants for her personal training in the shortest amount of time. So we're thinking long term. This is the reason we've been looking at expensive new cars, which are like younger and have very low Ks. We're wanting to keep this car, this practical car, for some years, and after I've had it for a while, Jess will, you know, inherit that or buy it off me or whatever, and hopefully at that point I'll then be able to buy my 86, at which point, you know, we'll have like the 86, the cool, fun, you know, zippy coupe, and the all-wheel drive Legacy, which will be able to, you know, take us up the mountain and beyond and do all the heavy lifting things and things like that. And yeah, that's pretty much all we will need in life. We'll be happy. Obviously, we won't have them until the end of our lives. We'll replace them at some point. But hopefully those cars will last us a long time, which is why we're spending more on them now and getting newer cars with less Ks. So so as I said, the idea is for me to, like, you know, find one of these cars, have it for a few years. Jess will buy it off me, use it for her personal training, or use it to go skiing, and then I can buy my 86 and da-da-da-da-da. It explains itself from that point. Thanks for watching this vlog, guys. Keep an eye on the channel, and I should have some more, you know, car shopping stuff come out soon. I'm excited to get a new car. I'm ready for the new one. And obviously, like, yeah, if you watch my car audio channel as well, whenever we get new cars, sound system goes in first. So thanks for watching this vlog, guys. My name's James. You're watching James&Co.etc. And I'll catch you in my next vlog. Hakitano.
Every morning I wake up and grab a pencil and journey into the world of my mind that has the potential to take me to anywhere I imagine. I travel into invisible space and focus to help me capture the physical realm. Life is a journey and I'm living it well. Some rappers wanna test me lyrically, I'm giving them hell. Something like a verbal mystic, put them into a spell. Something like my words are twisted like this is a pretzel.